Hey!
Hey.
It's still counting 14 seconds on the live thing, but I wonder on the replay if it plays all that because I didn't see our intro with our fancy music and everything. So I was just curious what it does. Yeah.
Oh,
So anyway, uh, welcome to Tuesday. Today is June 28th, 2022. And Miss Kate Landis from the Landis Agency, Farm Bureau Insurance, and Michael J. Williams with Spica Real Estate are located here in our world headquarters in Rockford, Michigan. And we're celebrating our 26th episode. Woo!
woohoo! We arrived.
It's the 26th episode. So that's amazing. That's amazing. So we
And
said
we're
that
still friends, Michael J.
we're still friends. Yeah. So, absolutely. So, we're going to run down some of the shows that we've done over the time. And if you have any questions, go ahead and put them down there. If you're watching today, we got a few watchers. Go ahead and put it in the comments where you're watching from so that we know where you are, and we'll be sure to shout you out if you comment about our 26th show. But we started off this in January, and we did some rapid fire questions. Do you remember that?
I do.
kind of
That was
forgot.
a fun one.
Yeah, we had to bring that back and do some more rapid fire questions because I kind of forgot that we did that. But here's a rapid fire question for you, Kate. Where's your car today?
My car. Hey, can you hear the feedback?
No, I don't really hear feedback.
Okay. I
Is it
sound
from me
like
on
I'm
my
on
end?
one.
Yeah.
But anyway, my car is currently at the Rockford High School.
Yeah, so we're talking about teenage life this morning, and how your time sometimes becomes not your own. So
Yes. We love them though.
we love them though. We love them though. So awesome. So yeah, that first show we introduced ourselves. We did some rapid fire questions. We talked about what the show was going to be like. We had no idea how it was going to mold or change itself, and that sort of thing. And we went right into our second show.
Wait, hold on a second, Michael J.
Go back.
I get to ask you a rapid
Oh,
fire.
is that fair?
So what is the favorite our show so far?
What's my favorite show?
I'm gonna
Was
say
that-
I
that your
figured out the
question?
background noise.
Oh, okay.
It's because of the this. I can
Oh,
hear
you're hearing that?
myself. I'm hearing myself talk back to me.
Oh, okay.
My question was, what is your favorite thing about the podcast? Not your favorite show.
Oh,
The
my
live.
favorite thing. That I have a co-host that's amazing and awesome, and that
Oh, you're too much, Michael J.
it's really hard to do it by yourself.
Yes, I am impressed every time you've had to come on here by yourself, Michael J. That
So
is
I
pretty
appreciate that.
spectacular.
I appreciate that. So yeah, I don't know if there's something. I don't really hear anything, but Miss Sherry Williams from Bethany Christian Service, Senior Vice President of Domestic Programming, was our first guest, and we got right into the nitty gritty of human trafficking, and we had a human trafficking awareness day, and that was a pretty intense second show for us to do that, but it was a great topic that we were able to um, get some expertise and some specialty information on.
It was awesome. And I think as long as we mute this slide, if we
Okay.
mute it, then I'm not echoey. It's when it's not
Oh.
muted.
Okay. Did you go ahead and mute it?
I did. I muted it.
Oh, I see. Cool.
It's good
Cool.
that we have spouses that watch because Matt texted and he's like, "You are echoey." So,
Oh,
and then when I hit it, he's like, "It's fixed." But I'm like,
It's
"Oh,
fixed.
duh, we just
All
need to
right.
turn off the sound
Thanks,
from
Matt.
the other monitor." Yeah. Now we just need to get Matt to comment right on the thing.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly,
Drive
right?
traffic.
Drive traffic. Drive traffic, Matt.
Never mind the fact that he's driving right now to pick up the son who is at the high
that's,
school.
yeah, who would do that? So,
Yeah.
Did we know there was such a thing as a Michigan Day where we celebrate Michigan? And I think Michigan's one of those states that has a lot of pride in the state. I mean, there's several that you can think of off the top of your head, like Texas, maybe Florida, but you don't see a lot of like state stuff in other states like that represent the state, and so Michigan's kind of unique in that. We kind of
We are proud Michiganders. We certainly are.
Definitely.
And I know this is a family-friendly show, but when we were under lockdown, you could have made an adult drinking game or a water drinking game for how many times the word Michigander was used in every public address. Proud Michiganders. We can do it, Michiganders. We've got this, Michiganders. And I was like, oh, if we could just never say that word again, that would be the best thing.
Would be
ever.
Really nice, wouldn't it?
Yes. So if we can come up with something better, like maybe we should start like a write-in campaign. Whoever's responsible for changing our nickname
To Michigers.
Michigers. I like it. So Michael J., you are not from Michigan, so
I'm not. So I've lived over most of the United States. Most of my time I've lived in Florida. 21 years. It's the longest I lived someplace. 5 years now here in Michigan. That's crazy.
That is. Are you a winter Michigan person or a summer Michigan person?
I'm a spring and fall Michigan person.
So you loved yesterday. Yesterday was a good day for you.
Yesterday was beautiful. Yeah, windows open, cross breeze through the house. Yeah, it was amazing. And I had 8 months in Jonesboro, Arkansas, and 12 years in Springfield, Missouri, 10 years in Cedar and Beaver, Utah, and 4 years in LA.
Where's your favorite of those like places that you lived?
I don't know. I guess it would be kind of. I don't think about the place necessarily as much as I was doing stuff.
Oh, sure.
So, so Utah as a kid, because we were constantly in the mountains, like every weekend we were hiking, or even in the winter we were snow sledding, and also we did a lot of fishing. So.
Gotcha. So how does Cannonsburg Hill in the wintertime compare to the winter in Utah?
They have the magic carpet that takes you back up the hill.
Yeah.
So you don't have to, drag your, in deep snow, drag your tube back up the hill. So, yeah. Although it did scare my dad one time because I came down this side hill and it hit a bump and nobody was going there. And I was like, why is nobody going over here? And I guess because it was pretty dangerous. So, and I hit the bump and the tube went one way and I went the other way. And so my dad just saw me at the bottom of the hill, just kind of fly over, and then I didn't get up. So he was like, because there was a gentleman who was there. He's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think so." He's like, "Just stay still and catch your breath." And I'm like, "Okay." So then my dad just saw me not get up, so he hoofed it in the snow all the way to the top of the hill, and I was laying there and with my eyes open, and he's like, "What you doing?" I said, "The guy said to stay still." And he's like, "Are you okay?" So,
Oh gosh, I wonder if your dad hadn't come over, how long it would have taken you to be like, "Can I get up now?" Is it okay?
I don't know. I just waited. I was just like,
oh, that's a great story, Michael J.
So, yeah, poor guy. He was probably in his 20s too. I was probably like 29 maybe. So he was a young dad. So, and then we had one, and Kate, you were really brave because you were our first host to broadcast from a different location, like an on-site location.
Yes.
Yeah. So as opposed to Kate and I are in different studios.
Yeah, very loosely. I mean, Michael J actually has a studio set up, and I have not a studio set up.
So, but this was a very fun episode for us. Not just the fact that that my best friend was on the show. Mr. Craig Slazak will give you a shout out with Tiny World Tea Company. But that we had the opportunity to go and interview the people over at Poured. We'll be sure to tag them in the bottom here.
Mhm.
And then Kate got to enjoy a cup of tea while she was over there.
Oh
So
my gosh, and their cinnamon tea is still by far my favorite. It
yeah,
has lots of caffeine in it too, so um, if you want a highly caffeinated tea, go for the cinnamon one. It's great, and it will warm you up too.
and we had and Craig was our special guest from all the way from Florida, who was on the line with us.
And that was such a great conversation that we had with him. Like your friends, Michael J, you know some pretty amazing people.
Well, thank you.
So I did post the links in the comment. Tinyworldtea.com. You can actually buy their tea and have it delivered to you. And they have some teas that have causes behind them, if you remember from
For
our
Ava,
podcast. Yes.
blue tea for Ava, yeah, who has Angelman syndrome, and they had a special tea for her.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it was a really good episode. Then we jumped onto a national burn awareness, and Kate told us that your kitchen can catch on fire if you
You,
don't wipe down your cabinets. They're gonna roar.
speaking of Michael J, when was the
Your
last time
big
you cleaned
fire.
your hood vents?
The hood vents every month. No,
Okay.
I haven't cleaned them recently, but
You
I
should
wiped
do
down the
that.
inside and the outside. I haven't done the thing itself.
Yeah, make sure you
You'll
do
have to
that.
make a recommendation for us.
For a hood vent cleaner, so EPS does it.
Oh,
I think
EPS does it.
EPS does it. I might have that wrong. I'll double check
Okay,
because there
we'll
are a couple good companies.
put that in the comments after the show.
Yes. Also, the thing that I remembered most about that day is the temperature difference between having your bedroom door shut versus having it open. And I know a lot of people are concerned about lots of different ways that, like, their kids are in danger every day when they go to school, when they go to the playground, when they're at the pool and all of that. But there's one danger that you can absolutely 100% have control of, and that's keeping your child's bedroom door closed through the night, even if they're afraid of the dark, because their life is worth it.
Yep.
Help them get through the afraid of the darkness so that they can sleep with their door shut, because it will save their life. So that's the heavy talk for the day.
That's how we talk. And then we went on to the spring market and about selling your house in the spring. And if we gave a minute to every one of these episodes, we'd be at 25 minutes. So we're going to spend too much time on every single one that we do here. But we did talk about senior care, and you'll have to remind me who our guests were that we had
Yes.
on. And
Kevin
so,
Camp Schulte from Acticare.
Had to care.
He is an amazing guy. Just to make sure everyone, he's someone you want to talk to before you get elderly, so that you have a plan in place, so that you can stay at home for as long as possible before you go into an assisted living type facility. But he helps people age in place. And then we had Melissa from
Meals on Wheels.
Thank you. Wow. Meals on Wheels. I even have the coffee mug, but yeah, that was great. I learned so much that I literally thought you had to have an income need to get the benefit of Meals on
For
Wheels.
Meals
So
on Wheels. But
I love that
yeah,
you
that was
don't.
a great tip that you can do that, And I told my mother that because she had been home, but she's afraid to bother anybody. So, but I'm like, we'll have to set it up in advance for you next time, so that
Yes.
you can talk about that. So, just wait till Mom comes and lives with me. The first thing I'm doing is taking away the car keys. She'd be like, Scott Davis's mom lets him drive or lets her drive. I said, well, I'm not Scott Davis. And you better stop crying,
Oh,
young lady. That room is a pigsty. You better go clean it up.
if you want to go to movies this weekend, that room will be cleaned up. That sink, there will be no toothpaste on that sink.
Yep. All right, Mom. Come on. Get it done.
I think she might not live
Oh,
with you for long, Michael J.
that's right. That's right. So, and then we did something really cool. We took the podcast into our kitchens,
That was a fun episode.
and
We need to do something live like that again.
yeah, and you and I tried to do the chili cook-off. So I think today. I'm going to go back and watch that episode. I think I think it was a fun episode, and
Oh,
that
my
was the
family loved it
first time
too
we did that.
because
Oh,
Michael
you had
J
the
has the
chili.
biggest heart in the world, and he brought us some of his chili. So
Oh, yeah.
Michael J is pretty awesome.
So yeah, the big chili cook-off, and then we went into Lenten season and talked about Mardi Gras and what goes on down in New Orleans and how people celebrate Fat Tuesdays. And up here in Michigan, we do the punchkis, the
Mhm,
donuts. And
mhm.
I had gone down to Marge's and got some great punchkis. Didn't I drop you off some punchkis?
You did. You totally did. Also, my family loved that too.
Love that
So
too.
our love language is food. So
It's food, yeah. And so we had International Women's Day. That was our 10th episode, and we had a guest on, didn't we? Was it for International Women's Day?
did we have a guest on? Yeah, wasn't it Jennifer Kempa?
Yeah.
Jennifer, shout out to you, girlfriend. Because she'd like a spot back, I think, to talk about surgical tech in September.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we talked about women and their road to success in business. And Jennifer come on and shared a little bit about what she does and how she works, how things work for her in as a woman in a typically non-women field. Did I get that right?
Yes, in a male-dominated industry.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's the words I was looking for. So she was a great guest to have on. Lots of information from her, and then look at us.
Oh, that was yes, that's great. Do you guys do the lucky leprechaun guy in your house?
No, kind of like the Christmas Elfie thing.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, I've never heard of that really. So
Really? Your
no,
kids
no.
don't come home from school and talk about how the leprechaun visited the classroom?
Oh, okay, okay. There you go. Now, yeah, like green stuff all over the floor and the ceiling,
Yeah,
and
and
yeah,
the
on
water
the
turned green in the toilet.
yeah, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess we had that, but we talked about about uh, why we celebrate it,
Yes.
um, and that sort of thing here in America. And then we had some great spring break tips. What tips did you take with you on your spring break?
Um, our spring break, the tip that mattered most to me is be flexible. You can't you might have an agenda, but sometimes that agenda has to change.
Oh, yeah.
What about you, Michael J? That was the tips and trick one before I left or after I left?
Before, I believe.
Was it before?
I
What was
believe,
your
yeah.
what was the best tip for you?
Looking up places. I don't remember if we talked about pets, I think, and so looking for places to
Yes.
find dog parks along the way. So if that wasn't in the episode, that's a great tip.
Yeah, it is a great tip.
There's a couple of apps you can use, and we've found some places along the way for the dogs to get out and be a part of this. So
Gotcha.
yeah, so um, and we did everything last minute. We didn't plan ahead of time, but we just did this. Do you remember Dan Cooley?
That was a fun show.
National Goof Off Day. I should have pulled up some old jokes. So
Yeah, I actually found some better jokes that I'm like, oh, that would have been so funny if they did that.
yeah, did I tell you I was practicing my Batman impression?
No.
No. So here we go. Ready? Okay, it's my Batman impression. Okay, ready? Hey, get that kryptonite away from me. That's scary stuff. That green kryptonite.
That's Superman.
Oh, thanks. I've been practicing really hard on
Oh
that.
my god. Michael J. Yeah, that's super, man.
So yeah, that was our National Goof Off Day.
That yes. I mean
Oh,
that for sure suits my personality.
thanks for thanks for playing in. Walk it right in the door.
Yeah. Mhm, mhm.
Uh, we had Gabe from Spring from Exterior Refresh, and he came on and talked to us about all kinds of spring cleaning while you were on spring break.
Oh, that's right. That's what was while
Yep,
I was on
and
spring
I
break.
hosted the show in South Carolina at a strawberry uh, place.
Oh.
So we went there to pick up strawberries and have strawberry pancakes and with strawberry jam and strawberry syrup and strawberry t-shirts and yeah, everything strawberry.
Ooh, that sounds amazing, Michael J.
So and it's just across the border from North Carolina into South Carolina, um, in the middle of nowhere. But anyway, so I was there and Gabe was here in Michigan and via technology we had a great show. Talked about
Yes.
all what to do to tidy up your yard and that sort of thing. So now that summer's here, if you need some help in your yard, obviously you can give Gabe a call at Exterior Refresh. We'll put information in the after show notes.
Yeah,
And
I am
also,
putting their links in the chat right now
oh,
too
okay,
to
okay,
entice people that are
there you
currently
go.
watching to come on.
Or our later show guest. Also, now's a great time to be thinking ahead and planning to book your snow removal, believe it or not, and get on the schedule before the people start booking up. So I know it's only July 28th and it's a beautiful outside, and you don't want to think about snow, but Exterior Refresh is booking for snow removal now.
That sounds awful, and I don't want to talk about it, Michael J.
So here I'm gonna blow this picture up here to do this. Look at that. So
Mm.
we had a whole show on National Grilled Cheese, National Grilled Cheese Day, and Kate and I decided the ultimate grilled cheese is this sandwich from Bennigan's, which is called the Monte Cristo, and it's ham and turkey and cheddar fried inside a delicious looking sandwich and served with a jelly.
Oh my gosh,
So
it's the best sandwich ever.
and I couldn't find the original show slide for that. So I've not been good about
Oh,
doing archiving some things. Yeah.
well, I guess we'll let it slide, Michael J. This one time.
But yeah, we did a whole show talking about grilled cheese and pets, and then we went into volunteer week and talked about the different charities and stuff that we like to volunteer at, the different opportunities that you can have here in the community to volunteer, and then National Work Zone Safety Week.
Are you zipper merging, Michael J, or are
Merging,
you?
definitely zipper merging.
I mean, so for the listeners that are out there today, I had the pleasure of being a passenger in Michael J's vehicle a couple weeks ago, and I can say that it was not scary at all.
So my wife's friend Cindy, who's visiting from Orlando, would beg to differ with you, um, but she's a little motion sickness in the car, and so she sits in the front. And I've done a couple of things that triggered her emotions. She emoted her.
Her terror of your driving skills.
Yes.
So I had the pleasure of being the passenger in my sister's car once, and she had to take us to the airport. And I love my sister. I will never have her take me to the airport again. I was fearing for my life. I was like, we are not going to make it to the airport. We're going to get into a car accident and die. So,
She's not. She's like if you mess up the laundry, you don't ever do it again. So if you mess up the trip to the airport, you don't do it again.
yeah, it's what convinced us. One of the things that convinced us that, maybe paying for the parking at the airport's not so bad after all.
Or rent a town car. You just get a town car because you can't Uber from here. You can Uber from the airport back to Rockford, but you can't Uber from Rockford to the airport.
You'd have to schedule, and scheduling Ubers, I don't know if you've ever done it. It's really expensive.
Yeah. So, um, gosh, we got to get going here. We got
How many more episodes we got to get through, Michael J?
I don't know. We did May the 4th be with you and Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, yes.
We did a whole
Yes.
episode on that. We did teacher appreciation. We talked about what the teachers would be a good thing for the teachers, and then we talked about my trip to a small nation little town in Ohio, and we talked a little bit about the spring selling market again, and the National Pet Day grilled cheese. I'm trying to keep up with my thing here. And then another good show we had was on mental health awareness.
Yes. So Michael J, how has your mental health been? How you doing? Checking in.
Yep. So, and then who is the foundation that we talked about?
I understand.
I understand.
It's
Yeah, put that in the
local.
comments.
Um, Also, I understand is having coming up an event. I can't remember what date it is, but it's a fundraiser for them, but it's yoga in the park.
Okay.
So I wonder if it's on. I'm gonna share their website, but their whole mission is just making sure that people have access to mental health resources and that they're taking care of themselves. It's really important. They want to make sure we change the definition of and the stigma associated with suicide. Um, it's a great group. Um, so check them out. I put it in the link or in the notes, the link in the comments. Blah, blah, blah. But the story, obviously, the organization was founded because she lost her husband to his fight with depression, and is out there raising awareness, making sure even wealthy, successful people struggle, and it's okay to get help.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We celebrated Memorial Day, and the difference between Memorial Day versus Veterans Day. And so Memorial Day comes from the roots of the Declaration Day, where we remember those who served and lost their lives serving for us. Then June was all about housing. The entire month of June was about
Mm.
housing. And we talked the first show, tips for buying and working with a lender. And then the second show, we talked about the maintenance around the house and things that you need to do to both for insurance wise and just, keeping things up for that. And then we had just recently had our last guest on. We talking about, or was he with the other show? He was with
He
the
was
other
with
show.
that. He was with the home maintenance, Serve
Yeah,
Pro,
the
Mike
home
Nitz.
maintenance, Mike
Yep.
Nitz from Serve Pro, and so we'll make sure to comment and put him in the comments and help you out with some of that stuff. We'll check to see. Kate's making a note to put vent cleaning in our in our
Yes.
comments later this week, so she can recommend somebody to come clean your vents. And I'm pretty good with the dryer vent. I usually unhook it every 6 months and put my blower through it.
hmm
So
What about your duct work? That's another big one that people don't tend to do.
yeah, I haven't scheduled that yet, but that's something it's been on my mind to have the ducts cleaned out.
Yeah, we've lived
Especially,
in our house for 10 years, and maybe this makes us really disgusting, but we have never cleaned our duct.
and I don't think it was really a thing. Like I was trying to figure it out when we lived in Florida, but they don't have like metal ducts here.
You
Like
don't?
not in Florida. Most of the new construction is all flexible tubing because they run it through the attics and the air for because it's really air conditioning blowing it down, and so
hmm
those flexible tubes are hard to clean. Yeah.
Here's a question for you, Michael J. Do you have furnaces in Florida?
Yes.
And when would
Not
you
in
need to?
Miami, not in Miami, but maybe in Orlando. Orlando can get down to the 30s.
Oh,
So
okay.
in January, yeah.
Okay.
So we actually it's called a heat pump, and
hmm
it's this thing that's as big as a car on the outside of the house. and
Hmm.
it's like a huge air conditioner, and then it runs reverse when it's cold and tries to draw the heat from the air and brings heat in there. But then it also has electric backup. So yeah,
Okay.
so it's supposed to be efficient, but you couldn't really have them up. You could have that kind of system up here, but because it's so cold, it would just it would run all the time. Wouldn't really work.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, I remember going to a convention in Kansas City, like in January, and all the people that were part of the convention flew up from Miami, and they just couldn't like this heat that was blowing everywhere, like it's suffocating to them. But at least they weren't cold, So
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So and then last week we talked about is remodeling the answer when you're thinking about your home or staying in your home. What's the best thing for you? So, and that, my friend, is 20 makes the
5 weeks.
25, 26, 5 weeks. Is 5 weeks?
What?
What?
What? Who? What? We made it. We
Oh,
arrived.
we did. I'm gonna move me over here so it looks like I'm actually looking at you. What?
We need 26 more weeks of content.
Yes, 26 more weeks of content. So, and that, my friends, is what we'll be working on this week to figure out what the next shows are going to look like. So, if
Yes.
you have suggestions or comments, or you'd like to be a guest with MJ and Kate on a future episode, please let us know. You can email us. And you want me to put this in the comments here? I'll put it here. No, I'll put it up on the screen. You can put it in the comments too, I guess. You put it in the comments. I'm gonna put it on the screen.
Okay. Perfect. It's MJ and Kate on at gmail.com, correct?
Correct. Yep. And I just put it up there on the screen. There we go. MJ and Kate on at gmail.com. And you can let us know what you would like to see in a future episode. I was going to say
That's
somebody
awesome.
commented, but that was you.
That was me. That was just me.
We'd love for you to be a guest. Email us, MJ and Kate on gmail.com. So, yeah, absolutely. Any final words for today's show?
No, just that you guys, MJ is a pretty cool guy. If you are looking for your next real estate adventure, he's your guy. Give him a shout.
Thanks. Appreciate that. And if you're looking for home insurance, auto insurance, or other types of insurance, you can call Miss Kate and Kate Landis at the Landis Agency, and she will walk you through the process of finding the right insurance that's best suited for what you need to protect, as well as life insurance. So,
That's right. I'm your girl.
yep.
Well, have a great week, everybody. I can't wait till next week. I'm going to be filming on the road. It's going to be exciting.
So I don't know what our episode will be, but we'll have it going on. So whatever it is. So thanks for tuning in. So till next.
It's